All right. So I'm going to try streaming again. The last one didn't work out because I did not realize that I had audio issues until I watched the stream back. So it kind of, did not work out how I wanted it to. But I think this is going to work out a bit better. Also, I have some stuff more set up this time, so it's not as much me figuring stuff out again. So, let's cut to the chase. Let me go over my equipment and just what this is all about. I'm Kaz VH, also known as Slick Fingers, musician, artist, QA professional, avid video gamer, and motorcycle enthusiast. Here we go. So, first things first. This is my microphone. It's from Goodwill. It's crappy. I have a much better USB snowball mic that I'm not using. I intentionally found this mic because I wanted to have a gritty, lo-fi sound, and I don't ever record any vocals, so it doesn't really matter at the moment. I am actually planning on getting vocals made at some point. Shout out to my friend Notion Beach. Check out her channel, Notion Beach, here on YouTube. She's going to help me with songwriting. She is a phenomenal songwriter, singer-songwriter for formerly the Y-Axis, now currently Gloomy June. Wonderful person. Other things on my rack, I've got my Volca sample. I use this as my percussion and also for samples, but mainly as my percussion. I'm probably going to add a Volca beat at some point, but I haven't yet. My melody is, generally speaking, my Volca keys. Sometimes I'll use the synthesizer MIDI on my computer and just hook my Roland keyboard up to it, but I'm not kind of doing that for the song I'm working on right now. Harmony is my Volca FM. Sometimes these two switch places, and I'll have my harmony be the keys and my melody be the FM. I love the FM. It's got that kind of crunchy Sega Genesis 1980s sound that either you love it or you don't, and I love it. And up here, big yellow brick, my Behringer TD3. It doesn't do everything I want it to, but it does a lot of cool stuff, and it's kind of good just to make that Detroit acid house sound that I kind of, like industrial meets acid house is kind of my vibe. I've got my Behringer audio input station over here on the left. It's pretty simple. It's got gain and output, and that hooks into my vintage Kaz 1970s monitors that I found also at a Goodwill for about $5. They have amazing sound. They block out passively any noise that I would be hearing outside of that. They're really wonderful. I use them all the time. And then I also have this kalimba, which is electric. Let me actually turn that on. Hooked in through my mixer. And the mixer I have here is this Tascam M06ST that I bought very cheap. Had to recap a little bit of things on it, and the headphone jack doesn't really work. Otherwise, it's a great mixer. Six volume things, good, extra low here. When I want to kind of boost the bass for either the TD3 or the Volca sample, I usually boost the high end for the keys and the FM. Actually, I'm going to put my cue back to there and my high cut. Just center those back down. All right, so let's get on with the track I'm working on. So here is the beat. So first I'm just gonna, how it's gonna come in from the song is I'll start with I don't really like a regular kick, like a bump, bump, bump. I like it to be a little more uncertain. The kind of theme of the album is a computer, a robot having an anxiety attack. So my lovely wife just stepped in the room. She's amazing. With a cat, who is not as amazing. bridges and that sort of things. For the melody, you can do that same kind of step motion where you have kind of a repeating beat, which is that kind of synth wave sound, repeating note rather. Or you can do and then for my harmony, I have the FM set to the electronic bass. I keep wanting to say bass because every time I see the word bass or bass, I think of the fish, which is funny. I've been playing music my whole life, and I cannot not think of the fish when I see BASS instead of bass like the musical instrument. So if I call it a bass, please excuse me. I know I'm wrong, and it's hilarious. So one thing I really love about the FM is the built-in arpeggiator. So right now it's just doing a fall, 2-note fall. You can do a 3-note fall, random sequences, rising sequences, and you can change the interval as well. Right now I just have it set 1-to-1, but for this, because it's going to be more upbeat, I'm probably going to do 2-to-1. And then increase the velocity and get that crunchy sound that I'm looking for. Plus I like to mess with the decay, so it gets that like kind of long last. And you can cut it off and like just let it drone for a second too. It's always nice. And the transpose lets you switch the octaves on the fly, which is great. So you can record one octave and then drop it or put it up. And finally TD3, I have recorded just pretty simple bass line, which I slowed way down. Originally I had it like this. And you can switch on the distortion. So usually I keep the dials at the center, so then I can kind of do tweaks like that Detroit house style sweeps and just make that pew pew noises that I really love, that, you know, kind of 1980s. Yes, my cat wants to chime in. I don't know if you can hear him in the background, but he's old. He loves treats and attention. He's getting neither of those things at the moment. He's a good cat though. All right, so without much further going on, I'm gonna put on this track, which is not yet named, but so usually I like to start with one measure with the lead instrument. In this case, the lead instrument is the sample, which is my rhythm. Sometimes I like to lead with the harmony. Sometimes I like to lead with the melody. Sometimes I like to lead with the beat. I almost never lead with the bass. I don't know why. Maybe just, I don't know. No one likes a bass solo. That's not true. I actually love bass solos in most songs that have them. But here we go. I usually give that a full measure. Hope you enjoyed.